Thanks very much, Steve, and thanks to the Thackeray boys. Well, Jamie Thackeray, head down and concentrating there. He's slap bang in the middle of that front row, number 94. Championship leader, though, is 55, Chrissy Rouse, and he gets away well as the red lights go out, but not quite as well as his young teammate, the 12-year-old from Scotland, Callum Bay, just hangs it on there as they run up through Coppice for the first time. Steve, I think certainly revelation of the series so far in 2010 is that 12-year-old Callum Bay, number 80. He leads.
Yeah, he's just got rid of his orange jacket as well to indicate that he's a novice, but many people thought he may struggle here. Cadwell Park, he'd never seen the circuit before, but he's proved them all wrong. He's doing an excellent job. There he is in the lead. And Chrissy Rouse, second championship leader, just ahead of Tommy Philp.
And we saw number 14, Luke Buckingham, go through there, and he's one of our most improved riders throughout the season so far, putting some great performances. I'll tell you what, just an example, Steve, of these young riders and how they don't get above themselves. Luke Buckingham started off the circuit this morning, and he forgot that he had to do his paper round. So he got halfway to the circuit, had to turn round. He went all the way back to Horncastle, did his paper round, and then came back to the circuit just in time for the racing. So we just saw in the background there, I think it was Harry Hartley with his hand in the air, and it looks like a retirement for Harry early in proceedings.
Yep, so Callum Bay comes around to lead ahead of championship leader Chrissy Rouse, number 55. Then it's 35, Jake Dixon, and it looks like Tommy Philp and Tommy Mountain are battling it out for 4th and 5th.
Yep, and Jack Keane just in behind him, fresh from his maiden win last time out at Snetterton, and he's really on the pace up the front of things. There we see number 9.
Yeah, that's Ben Luxton. He just looks like he may have one or two problems going across the start-finish line there. Look at this, though. Great battle from the two JDF riders. Tommy Mountain's made his way up into 3rd. There's Luke Buckingham, fresh from his paper round, number 14.
Yeah, fastest papers in the West, but they are going to have to push some, because look at these two. Chrissy Rouse really on the back wheel of Callum Bay, and he's shoving him along. But Callum, this young 12-year-old, he's got a lot of mini-moto experience behind him. But this, of course, his first season on the big tracks. He's undaunted. Well, Chrissy Rouse just nicks through into the lead, and Callum Bay just latches on to his rear wheel, and Tommy Mountain and Jake Dixon side by side in the bottom of the mountain. Then it's Tommy Philp, then Jamie Thackeray, Luke Buckingham and Jack Keane. This is fantastically competitive stuff, frankly, as we've come to expect from Aprilia Superteens.
Yeah, at the front then, those two JDF riders, as we said, fantastic racing, but they are breaking away from this pack and this battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th, etc. Chrissy Rouse, 14-year-old from Newcastle, has been in fine form this weekend, though. Under the pressure that he came in from Snetterton, bearing in mind that he didn't get a race win there, he's really impressed me this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely, although has to be said he picked up decent finishes at Snet, and of course championships are made out of points, they're not made out of checkered flags necessarily, but it is lovely toe-to-toe stuff. And look at this, Callum Bay comes back. Chrissy Rouse, can he squeeze? He can. He's got through on the inside, and Chrissy just again slots into line astern. This is a brilliant duel. It seems that every second corner they come to, the lead changes. At the moment it's Callum Bay that leads, and Chrissy Rouse with that cross of St George on the helmet in 2nd place.
Yeah, well, it won't just be Callum Bay's and Chrissy Rouse's parents that'll be nail-biting on the pit wall. I would imagine John Davis, the team manager of these two, will be cringing at times watching these two swap paintwork, Robin.
Absolutely, but I tell you what, they've never stuck each other in the weeds, and again, it's a sign of the disciplined riding in Aprilia Superteens. It is very rare that you get these youngsters being taken down by each other, and they race as close as you like, and they are all newcomers one way or another. Let's face it, this is the beginning of what they hope will be a long racing career. But no, they do race as tough as you like. There's Jake Dixon in 3rd, Tommy Mountain in 4th, but as I say, things rarely go silly for them. They chase up through Coppice, trying to just stay in touch with the leaders.
There's number 72, Brad Shaw, our Aussie rider, and 77, that's James Robinson.
Yeah, they were chasing after Luke Thackeray, Jamie's brother, and look at this, just using the length of the park straight and the speed up the hill there. Chrissy Rouse runs round Callum Bay, so Rouse reassumes the lead, and Tommy Mountain. This is a good ride, Steve. Tommy, who broke his wrist, I think, a few weeks ago on a track day, and he's come back having missed a whole race meeting down there at Pembrey in Wales, and he's really hammering hard, just getting up ahead of Jake Dixon for third place there.
Yes, and he'll want a good result here as well, with it being local turf for him. And that looks like Harry Hartley's brother, Matt Hartley, just behind Sam Cherry as they go into Mansfield Corner. So I think Bay now leads from Rouse, and there's Dixon just ahead of Mountain again.
Yeah, another great battle for third and fourth places there, and the two battles up the front, swapping, as I said earlier, virtually every other corner. But at the moment, Chrissy Rouse has got back ahead of Callum Bay, so Rouse across the line in the lead. Callum Bay, though, lining him up as they run along the straight. Then it's Jake Dixon ahead of Tommy Mountain. And these four just putting a bit of a gap on the field. There is a cracking battle behind, actually, between, well, now, actually, that's a battle even further back, because that's Callan Cooper there, who's around about 14th place, leading that little group.
Yeah, so here comes Rouse then with Bay just behind him, and this section of the circuit is where Bay is extremely quick. Just on the exit of Park and into Chris Curve here, Bay just seems to use his little nimble self, and there he goes up the inside into the gooseneck. That's pretty audacious.
Yeah, you've got to be very, very sure, or not really know Cadwell Park that well and what the possibilities are. It's a fantastic ride, and Chrissy Rouse just being done there. There's Jamie Thackeray's brother, Luke, number 95. He's running down about, I think, 15th place. But up the front, well, Callum Bay just holding Chrissy Rouse, and it really is fag paper stuff as they run once again into the bottom of the mountain.
Well, this is anyone's guess who's going to win this race, and Callum Bay is doing a fantastic job of holding off Chrissy Rouse. Chrissy Rouse got 2 wins yesterday, and this is just looking brilliant. And there's a rider down, and he doesn't look very happy with the ground, or the fact that his leg's stuck.
Yeah, he just got it getting a little jammed under there. I think that might have been Alistair Deas, but the last lap flag is out, and Chrissy Rouse, well, goodness me, he was carrying the speed there, just couldn't get past Callum Bay into Coppice. This one will run to the end. There we see Jack Keane up ahead of Jamie Thackeray. They're in 5th and 6th, and they run out onto their last lap. But meanwhile, behind them we've got Tommy Philp, Josh Daly, Matt Hartley, but this is Chrissy Rouse now back to the front. He's got ahead of Callum Bay, round about half a lap of Cadwell Park to go. Well, I still think you'd be a fool to bet your 2 bob on either of these necessarily taking the win, because goodness me, it has been change about. But I tell you what, Steve, they've got slower riders on the road ahead of them, as we see Jamie Thackeray still chasing Jack Keane.
Yeah, those slower riders could play a big part as well as they exit the S's there. Chrissy Rouse goes one side, Callum Bay goes the other as they're about to head into the mountain, and Callum Bay nearly fancied a look round the outside into the mountain. Great stuff on the last lap here.
Yes, but Chrissy Rouse takes the advantage, and perhaps a little more of maybe half a second there out of Callum Bay. But Callum is flying down through Hall Bends. They run down into the hairpin, then into Barn Corner, and then it's turn on the gas as they run to the start-finish sign. Checker flag's being made ready. Rouse leads, but Bay pulls out of his slipstream and he ramps the line, and goodness me, well, Callum Bay nicks it by 6/1000ths of a second. The young Scotsman takes the win. Fantastic stuff. And Tommy Mountain wraps up 3rd place ahead of Jake Dixon. Well, you couldn't ask for more. 6/1000ths of a second. Chrissy Rouse there, visor up, and he's thinking, what else could I do? I was leading. Well. Callum Bay then takes the win from Chrissy Rouse. Tommy Mountain was 3rd, Jake Dixon 4th, Jack Keane 5th, and Jamie Thackeray 6th.
Winner of race 1, Callum Bay. An absolutely fantastic race with your teammate Chrissy there. You just managed to get him on the line.
Yeah, it was a really good race. We had a little bit of disappointment yesterday because the gear changer fell off and I couldn't change gear, so it was a bit of a tough race, but managed to bring it back, and it was okay.
Many people are wondering how a novice 12-year-old takes to a circuit like Cadwell with all its twisty-turny bits. How did you find it?
I find it really good. Me and Chrissy were having some great battles. Yeah, it was awesome.
And who would you like to thank?
I'd just like to say a big thanks to all my sponsors. Without them, it wouldn't be possible. John at GDF and Thundersport for making it a great event.